Your reality is reflecting your internal frequency. Abundance doesn't start outside of you, it starts within you. Two people can live in the exact same environment and experience completely different realities. One sees limitations everywhere, the other sees opportunity. The difference is not luck, it's alignment. My name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle, and I'm helping people, especially those over 50, break out of outdated beliefs so that you can experience freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, and leave a powerful legacy. And if you're under 50, this applies to you too, because you can glean some insight and save you decades off of your goals, achieving them. So listen up and listen in, be a fly on the wall, and take what you like and leave the rest. I call this breaking out of the matrix, and today I'm going deeper, and I'm talking about alignment, manifestation, identity evolution, and how your inner state basically shapes your reality. In a nutshell, I'm talking about the law of correspondence, which states as above, so below, as within, so without. And we're talking about creating reality, and everything happens from the inside out. So your external reality is a reflection of your internal frequency. It's your thoughts, your emotions, and your identities. This is what shapes what you notice and what you attract. If you're constantly focusing on stress, fear, and scarcity, your mind will become trained to detect more of it. This is why we have to be careful with the news and understanding that the news basically is propaganda from the north, the east, the west, and the south. And it's programming you. Notice they say a television program, or watch the program, or we have a new program coming your way. They're programming you. And we've all been victims of this and programmed over the years. And this is where we have to take control of the programming and begin to program ourselves. We were programmed from the ages of birth all the way up to the age of 7 by our environment, our parents, our home, our siblings, everything that we were exposed to. That's all the programming. And we're running today off of those programs. And now you sprinkle in years and years of the news, the propaganda, the information that is constantly just being blanketed into our psyches every day. So once you realize this, you can begin to break this, because that's where awareness is the first step into breaking out of this matrix. So understand that your abundance begins internally. Most people treat money, success, and freedom as something far away. But the shift is to realize that we have to relate to abundance as natural, not being desperate, not chasing, not lacking, but through expectation and flow. I've kind of learned this the long and hard way, and I'm trying to save you some time. Have you ever tried to catch a butterfly? And you cup your hands or whatever, and you're trying to catch this butterfly, and you can never catch it. You could be there for minutes and hours trying to do this, and you just can't catch them. But once you sit down and just chill, you'll find that a butterfly may just come and land right on you. That's kind of what life is kind of like. We're out here being desperate. We're out here grinding. We're out here chasing. And when you're chasing something, your internal frequency is broadcasting lack. But when you finally stop doing that, you're stepping into the flow state and things come to you. So understand also that emotional alignment is a big part of this thing. Your thoughts alone is not enough. Your emotion gives the power to the thought. And a thought without emotion, it stays weak. It's just some words. But when you constantly attach gratitude, which is powerful, with confidence and peace, your subconscious mind begins treating this as your reality. So your identity change creates the new results. You're not just repeating affirmations, and they are important because it's a gradual shift and you're changing your baseline frequency. It's not something that happens overnight. It happens over time. But your baseline frequency is changing and elevating and rising, and your vibration is raising. So when you think, act, and speak like somebody aligned with abundance, your decisions begin to naturally change. So as you start making better decisions, you start taking better actions. And these actions are what begins to bring your manifestation into reality. Now, understand that your internal conflict creates resistance. If you say, I want success, but underneath of all of that, you feel unworthy or doubtful, you're going to create conflict and resistance, and it's not going to work out. Years ago, a great friend of mine, he pointed that out in me. We were down in Atlantic City, believe it or not. Atlantic City is not far from where I live. And we were down there kind of all evening, all into the wee hours of the morning, making bad decisions, losing all of our money. And on the way home, I was voicing some frustration to him. And he pointed out something that it took me years to understand. He said, Mark, your problem is that you feel unworthy. And I couldn't wrap my mind around what he was explaining. And it took years for me to really get it. But you have this deep belief that you don't deserve things. And that is like a repellent for your manifestation. You have to understand that you are worthy and that you do deserve things. You deserve the best of things. So how do you change that? That's all the program. You have to go into your mind and change those inner workings. And a great way to start doing this is by using gratitude. Gratitude, it changes your frequency. I keep a gratitude journal, and I've done this for some time now. Just write down all the things that you're grateful for. And that begins over time to change your frequency. And it moves you out of lack and you just become more open. And I don't, for me, it helps me focus on solutions and stop worrying about my problems. So I strongly advocate a gratitude regimen. If I'm making sense to you right now, subscribe, follow, share this with somebody that can use it. Understand that this is a process of becoming. It's not instant. It's about gradual alignment. It's going to create different choices, and then your different choices are going to give you some different realities. So I'm talking about breaking this matrix, this whole scarcity program, fear conditioning, and unconscious identity, so that we can create some freedom. So once you stop reacting and doubting and surviving, you can start embodying, trusting, and intentionally creating. So understand that your inner world filters your outer experience. As it is above, so it is below. As it is within, so it is without. So your frequency is going to shape and change what you notice and what you attract. So when all that happens, your alignment creates the clarity and the momentum. Your thoughts, beliefs, actions, when they all align together, this is when the reality starts organizing around us. So again, share, follow, subscribe. Understand that the only way out is in. And as always, peace, one love, and control your destiny.